there's something that I've been thinking about this fine morning, and that is, why don't people start? Why don't you start things? Why are you not going after your dreams? Why are you not starting that company? Why are you not becoming an entrepreneur? Why are you not going freelance? Why are you not starting a YouTube channel? And to be honest, I have no freaking idea. But I told you guys that I wanted this season to be about you. I want to figure out ways that I can help you start. I want to help you learn. I want to help you find your place. I want to help you build your career. I want to help you build your own empire. Because in the end, right now, it's fairly simple. All you have to do is make great content. Okay, making great content is really hard, but it's not hard to attempt to make great content. And you can't make great content unless you attempt it first. So I guess in a way, it is kind of easy to make great content, or is it? But the question is, why are you not attempting? Why are you not starting? And like I said, I have no idea, so I decided to ask you guys. We made a survey. Perfect timing, Tyler.
Oh.
How many people answered our survey?
1,811 people.
1,811 people. All right, let's try to figure out why you're not starting. Before we start that, I gotta eat my lunch. Still trying to, save money so I can buy more gear, just like I talked about it in yesterday's video. Thank you, Princess, for making my lunch. She's really good at making food. Tyler just asked, is the computer better or paper? Tyler likes the hard copies. Let's do the good old-fashioned hard copy way.
Alrighty.
We're gonna sell you paper. Okay, so we did a survey like 2 weeks ago. Well, Tyler made the survey. I just kind of helped him come up with questions. And 1,800 whatever people answered it. So that's like, statistically, that's a pretty good.
Yeah, if you're a survey stats nerd, that is a statistically significant survey. We have a confidence interval of 1.96, so.
That sounds great. I don't exactly know what that means, but that's good. And really, what we were trying to figure out, what are the actual reasons, the struggles, the real roadblocks that you're having starting a channel, starting a YouTube channel? Because to me, there's no better time in history than right now to start something like a YouTube channel. So I want to know, why aren't you guys starting? Let's do some key findings first.
So we'll do 3 sections. First section is key findings, which applies to everybody. The second is like segmented findings of that applies to specific people. And then the third is like in your own words. So key findings, 60% of people have started a YouTube channel but have stopped.
Ooh, interesting. So 60% of you who answered the survey have started a channel, but then you stopped. I guess we should have asked questions. That's going to be the next survey. Why did you stop your YouTube?
Well, I think we can probably deduce some of the reasons based on the survey.
Agreed. Okay, next.
The majority of people feel like they aren't an expert in a topic.
Oh yeah, this is a classic case. I think a lot of people think that, especially if you're gonna like provide value, you're gonna educate, that you have to be like an industry leader. You have to be like at the top in order to kind of teach or whatever. But I think this one's, at least, I don't know about you, but I think this one's kind of like you should not be worrying about this. If you know more than the average person about your area, you are totally competent enough to teach, to talk about your area. That's just my opinion.
I've heard one quote that like, if you're one step ahead of somebody and you know that step is sturdy ground, then you're equipped to lead that person.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, when I started YouTube, I wasn't the best. I'm not the best filmmaker right now. There's way better. Yeah, news. Tyler apparently quit. We just watched the Honey Boy yesterday at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival. An incredible movie, and like, I don't think I will ever make movies like that. But I still do have a lot of knowledge and stuff that I can provide value for you guys. So you don't need to be the best. You just need to be better than a lot of people.
Over 70% of people have a fear of being in front of the camera and being bad at it.
Ooh, this one's, for me at least, this was probably the biggest reson I didn't start a YouTube channal earlier.
I watched one of your
videos no,
recently.
just kidding.
Yeah.
I always say this, I love watching old stuff and cringing at it because it means that you've gotten better. And like this was probably the biggest thing that I needed to learn about YouTube and being in front of camera. That was the hardest thing for me, is like, how do you do this? And I was, what was it, 70%?
Over 70%.
70% had this fear. And I share in that. There's very few people, I think, that are really good and comfortable on camera right out of straight out of the gate, like a Peter McKinnon. He's just born to be in front of a camera. I think the only way to get over the fear of being on camera, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. You just gotta be in front of a camera. I think that's the only way, because there's no other way that you can like practice doing this other than actually filming yourself. So you don't have to put everything out right away. Maybe just make some videos first, being on camera and kind of getting used to it, and then like maybe a little bit later start posting them if you're really scared and conscious about that, and self-conscious about them.
This is all content related. So almost 50% of people don't know where to focus their content, think they'll run out of content, and think other people will have better content than them. And the majority of people think that they don't think that they can be consistent, which goes back to why they have stopped, probably.
Yeah.
So all content
That's interesting. Yeah.
related.
I actually totally understand that. I think before I started YouTube also, like, I didn't really know what I was gonna make videos about. I had a few ideas, but I didn't have a ton of ideas. But the more I made content, the more I put YouTube videos out there, the more my brain started to think in terms of like, oh, this would be a great idea. Like, oh, I started seeing like different videos everywhere. And then next thing you know, I had like this list of like hundreds of video ideas. Whereas if you don't start, then I don't think you can.
So you
like,
actually have a list of all the different videos that you...
I have a list of like tutorials, and I have a list of like vlog ideas that would be interesting someday to do. And every time I have an idea, I write it down, even if it's not the best idea. I write it down anyways, and then like later on I can evaluate like, oh, actually there's a little bit more to that idea, or like, oh, I could do this really fun thing with this, and try to figure out that way.
So maybe like a good first tip is just to, if you have ideas, to start writing them down, and then before you know it, you might have an idea for like 15 different
I'd
videos.
say write down some ideas, what you have right now, but actually start making things, and then you'll have way more ideas. It'll just grow and grow.
Most people want to start vlog or tutorial how-to channels.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, this survey is obviously skewed or biased in some ways because, you guys are all subscribing to my channel, so you're probably interested in filmmaking. You're probably interested in tutorials and vlog stuff because I do that content. So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree. Those are good ways to go.
Half the people think it takes 5 to 15 hours to make one video. What would you say?
5 to 15 hours to make one video. I think it depends a lot on the type of video, but I'd say that's pretty accurate. 5 is pretty low, though, I would say. I think that for most people, unless you're really, really good at the filmmaking side of things, filming, editing, all those, I think 5 is gonna be that's gonna be either a super rushed video or just a bad video. A lot of times. Sometimes you can make a video happen in a short time like that. But.
So now getting into some of the segmented findings. The age bracket 30 to 39 is least likely to have tried starting a YouTube channel, and they have the largest fear that somebody will be better at them at a topic.
Interesting. Is this like one of those things where when you're young, when you're in your 20s, you just like, I could do anything, I'm invincible.
So.
And then you just like have so much confidence, even though you probably aren't the best at what you're doing. And then once you get to like our age, you're a little bit more self-aware, like, oh shoot, like,
I'm actually not as smart as I thought.
This young kid just made this insane movie, and I'm already 32, and I haven't done anything with my life.
There's something called the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Where you,
is this a Dunder Mifflin thing again?
No, but I guess it could be. Confidence on one axis and experience on the other.
Okay.
And you can have all the confidence, and then with little amount of experience, and then once something happens, you realize that you don't have the experience that you need, and then it takes like a gradual to get back up to the confidence that you had before, but now you have the experience to match your confidence.
So essentially what this is like when you have little experience, you have a ton of confidence, you think you're really good. Once you get a little bit more experience, you realize, hey, I'm actually not that good, and your confidence kind of goes down lower until then you start getting better and better because you're getting more experience. It goes back up that confidence because you're like, wait a second, no, I am really good at this. Like I've learned a ton now, and I actually am really good at this. And I'm not just a 20-year-old thinking that I
Which
am.
goes back to the other point about not starting a YouTube channel because you don't feel like you're an expert. Again, if you're like one step ahead of somebody.
So that's probably why the 30 to 39-year-olds are really struggling, is because they think that, well, like their confidence is in that low part, and they think like I don't have anything to give. Like I'm not going to start a channel because
they might see the people older than them in their career that are better than them, and then but also might feel, oh, there's these young kids that are
the young kids are already so good. That's in every industry. Like I remember when I was rollerblading back in the day, like I'd be pretty good at rollerblading, and then there's this young kid who's just like doing everything I do and better, and he's like 12 years old. I'm like, what the heck? That's like anything, filmmaking, acting, graphic, just whatever you're doing, there's always going to be some young kid who's just like way better than you already at that age.
Yeah. So I don't know if we explain this one, are we mansplaining? But apparently females are more fearful of getting in front of the camera and of negative feedback than guys are. So just a thought that I have, if females can conquer that fear, there might be more opportunity for them on YouTube. How to conquer that fear, I don't think I can speak to. But,
I think we'd be mansplaining then.
Yeah.
I totally understand why, like even for me, it was hard to put myself in front of a camera in the beginning. And I think a lot of times women do get even more scrutiny, which is super unfair. But yeah, I think you're right. If you push through that somehow, we're not gonna explain how to push through that. But if you push through that somehow, I do think there's like massive opportunities right now. Even yesterday, Honey Boy, the movie we went and watched about Shia LaBeouf.
Female director, female DP.
Yeah, female director, female DP, and like they were really celebrating and and rightfully so. So I think there's a lot of opportunities for women right now. So yeah, I would say try to somehow conquer that fear.
The older people get, their fear of post-production increases.
That actually makes sense, I think. If you're older, it probably means that you didn't get into computers when you were super young, and like you're always kind of like playing catch up in a way, whereas now when kids are born, they're like 2 years old and my kid's already swiping an iPad and working a TV remote and stuff like that. Like, so it's easier for younger people to deal with new technology. So yeah, that makes sense.
This one I found very entertaining. The people in the 60-plus age bracket says that not having enough time is not an issue at all for them.
The most important finding, people that are retired have time on their hands. That is interesting.
And then chatting in their own words why they haven't started. I went through a lot of the responses, and these were some of the highlighted words that popped out in a few many people's responses. Perfectionism, laziness, imposter syndrome. The feeling that you're
not good enough,
or that you don't belong.
Yeah, you're kind of a fake or a fraud.
Fear of failure, time, and unsure of the content to share, which we've chatted about a bit.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I guess a lot of this really makes sense. It's comforting knowing that we all go through these same things. Like, if you think that I haven't gone through these, like, you're completely wrong. I went through probably every single one of these worries, fears, concerns before I started YouTube channel. And even now, a lot of times I'm like, well, like imposter syndrome, like I'm just a fraud. I'm not making Hollywood movies right now. Like how can I help you guys? Or perfectionism, like that's something that I battle with all the time. It's like I want to make higher quality content, but then I can only make one video a month. I'm gonna make a little bit not as good, but now I don't feel good because of the perfectionist. Like it's like all the time I'm just like swinging back and forth. I'm like high quality, more content, high quality. Like it's like all of these things are normal things that everybody is gonna battle through. do we have any answers?
Well, I think you've been explaining some.
Have I given some?
I think as you've been going along.
For me, I feel like a lot of times the answer is to just start it. Like these are just things that everybody goes through. None of these were really like, there wasn't much of like, I don't have enough money or I don't have enough time. Yeah. There wasn't a lot of those like, kind of like outside constraints. Yeah, a lot of the gear related questions, and no one was. Yeah. But I think that's probably also because of this channel or the audience of this channel. But everything was internal. Like everything is internal. They're all internal battles, I think, for the most part. And so like, really? You just have to start. Yeah. What's the Gary Vee thing? Document, don't create. Yeah. Like that could be at least get you started. Yeah. If you're just documenting what you do. Simon Sinek talks about starting with why. So if you have content issues, maybe ask that why question, and you might jog some content ideas. That's all I got. I honestly think the only thing I can think of is because these are all like internal factors is just like, just rip that Band-Aid, start your channel, start making stuff, and like over time, and it's probably gonna take a lot of time, over time, you will realize that it's not as bad as you thought. And things like being in front of a camera, which I was super scared of in the beginning, I now love. I really, really enjoy it, which is something that I would have never imagined. I thought I was always gonna have to like force myself to be in front of the camera. One of the things that I'm trying to do in my life more is stop living out of fear and start living out of purpose. Exactly. Yeah, I think most of these are just fears. Yeah. Like people just have fears, fearing this or that. And like, yeah, if you're just living your life out of fear, it's not gonna be the best life, I don't think. I think you're really gonna miss out on a lot of good things. And like I said, now is the time. Start a channel. Like there's no real reason why you shouldn't start a channel right now. And we're all going through the exact same stuff. Thanks, Tyler, for setting up this survey. No problem. It was really cool. I hope it helped you guys. I hope you guys learned something. Nice getting to know some of you. Yeah. We look forward to the next survey. Yes. So now we know, or I know a little bit more about why you're not starting. Really, I guess it's the same reasons why I didn't start in the first place. But like I said, we're really trying to figure out ways that we can help you guys in different ways to start things, to start channels, to start your companies, to start filmmaking, doing photography, all that stuff. So wireless transmitter? CineEye 5G wireless video transmitter. Thanks, Axun. Thanks, Axun. I legit want to help out. Variable ND pack, Freewell. Thank you for this variable ND for a Mavic 2 Pro. That's actually interesting, a variable ND filter. I'm trying to do a bunch of different things. We're working on some stuff that I don't want to talk about quite yet. You guys will hear about it. It's a little bit secret still. We're trying to figure things out. The survey was kind of part of figuring things out. But also just things like the Discord server, building a tighter knit community of people that want to work together, get their work out there. I'm planning on making like a section in there where you can share your channel, share your videos. So if you're not part of the Discord server yet, I highly recommend. Link is down below. In the spirit of trying to help you guys, I don't think I need another gimbal. This one from Zayun Jun. If you want this little gimbal, why don't we do it? So subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and or follow or go and join the Discord server. It's kind of like a chat room, almost the Discord server. You'll have more chances of winning it there also. And I will send one of you lucky winners this little gimbal. Hope you enjoy it. Use it well. I'm gonna do my best to help you guys. This is part of it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.